Looking for a refreshing drink with the taste of fresh peaches? Welcome to the Impeachment House, where our hard peach cider is anything but an insurrection. Here at Impeachment, we use the finest cider peaches straight from Georgia, hand-picked from a politics-free orchard. Best served in a Senate glass. Next time you want something different, vote for Impeachment Hard Cider. Crisp and refreshing, but very bittersweet. Impeachment Hard Cider tastes better the second time around.
Live from P&D Studios, it's This Week Live with Rocky Red Panda. This week's the good, the bad, and the huh? In other news, Artist of the Week Ray Karahalis and Samsung Unpacked 2021. Here's your host, Rocky Red Panda. Welcome to This Week Live. I am your host, Rocky Red Panda. It is the week of January the 17th, 2020. Now, to get me through this episode, I had to drink a lot of coffee. A lot of coffee. Now, I'm not doing a product placement here, but this is Dunkin' Donuts' new coffee with the extra shot of whatever they call energy. I think it's just espresso. But it's very good. And I also been drinking a lot of this. This is Kwu. It's Japanese, Minute Maid orange juice by the Coca-Cola Company. However, this is very hard to find in my area. There's one place that sells it, which is a Great Wall grocery store chain. However, they've been out for a few months. So if anyone out there knows where I can find this Kwu in this size online, let me know. And I'll definitely buy some. But let's get back to the show at hand. After the attack of the U.S. Capitol last week, I became the Hawk. I was very angry to the point, Hawk smash! You would be too if people cheer for people attacking the Capitol like they were freedom fighters. Which they were not. They were domestic terrorists and insurrectionists at best. However, after last week's episode, a lot has happened. So much to discuss. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this week's The Good, The Bad, and The Huh? Again, that's where we poke at fun at some of this week's news. Now, I usually have cue cards with things written on it. So, since this is such a long thing, the cue cards seem to be something because people enjoy when I toss things and make weird noises. So, I can't forget to toss my cue card. So, here we go. We're going to toss this cue card in the name of democracy. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Cue the American Eagle.
Gods are very pleased. Have a good show, Rocky.
Thank you, volcano gods. We will have a good show. So, where were we? Oh, right. This week's news. So, we have learned more about the attacks on the Capitol this past week. These attacks were planned. They planned to come to destroy democracy and kidnap a few senators and do some serious damage, if you know what I mean. Catch my drift. If you thought I was naive and angry then, You just wait. Just wait. As they said here in the news, the protesters came with riot helmets, gas masks, shields, pepper spray, fireworks, climbing gear, explosives, metal pipes, baseball bats. And of course, all these items are available at your local Walmart. Now, to make it worse, pipe bombs are found at the DNC and RNC buildings, which they think were intentional efforts to draw officers away from the Capitol perimeters. Now, do you still think these were Antifa in disguise? Do you guys still think that? Seriously? Well, these were American insurrectionists on a high, drinking their Monster energy drinks, listening to country music, and driving their big old pickup trucks. That sounds familiar. Sounds like an episode of You Might Be a Redneck. All we need to see is your collection of NASCAR collectible plates being replaced by the Trump plate collection, and we can call it complete. Maybe toss in that little Trumpy bear while we're at it. Oh yeah, America's favorite bear, Trumpy bear. While all this was happening, Trump shows no remorse for the violence that happened at the U.S. Capitol, saying his remarks to the crowd were totally appropriate. Yeah, those remarks are totally appropriate, like telling your sweet grandma that you can't breathe when she gives you a gag gift for Christmas. Or that can be uncle. I'm gonna let that one sit for a moment. I need a drink. This is good coffee. I think this is long enough. Alright. That gag joke's over. Oh my god. We gotta stop that. So yeah. Also this week, YouTube suspends Trump account, which also bars uploads and comments. But also at the same time, if you think you have freedom of speech, hey, try again. Parler has now been booted by Amazon, Apple, and Google. CEO Parler responds by saying they were blindsided. Oh, yeah, you were blindsided. Though the CEO and his family are now forced into hiding over death threats and security breaches. Now, folks, I do not endorse violence on my show, but I will talk about it as it is part of the news of what's happening currently. But I do not endorse violence. Now, there's this old Chinese proverb saying that goes, "It is one when a mosquito lands on your crown jewels that you realize there is always a way to solve problems without using violence." Note, I didn't say the correct medical term there. I'm trying to keep this show somewhat wholesome. So, if you allow free speech and think it's okay for people to endorse harm on others and let it happen and not do anything to stop it, losing Parler isn't a bad thing. It's called karma. It can sometimes be a botch, but you just learn to live with it and move on. Yes, move on. Nothing to see here. This is dead web space. Move on. All Parler jokes aside. Ha! One more. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, all jokes aside, though. There was some good news this week. House voted on acting upon the 25th Amendment to get rid of Trump. And of course, Pence dismisses it. Don't worry. We'll get back to the fly on the head guy here in a moment. Soon after that vote went through, House debated and argued on articles of impeachment. And this happened. Check it out.
Here we go. 232. The nays are 197. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table. Congratulations.
So the House has impeached Donald Trump for the second time, but for the first time with Republicans, 10 Republicans crossing the aisle to vote for impeachment, including the number 3 Republican, Liz Cheney, the daughter of a former vice president, in an extraordinary moment, 1 week, almost to the hour, after rioters stormed the Capitol, leaving 5 dead.
Yes, this is history in the making. He is the only president to ever be impeached 2 times. Let me repeat that. Impeached twice. I don't know if like that is a Guinness Book of World Records. Like, I was impeached twice, so I get to be in the world records. Like, whatever. Like, totally. I mean, he just got it. Nancy signed the articles of impeachment, making it official. When will she send this to the Senate? Blah, 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 blah. I need more coffee, folks. That was... Try this again. When will Nancy make it official and send it to the Senate? No one knows. She hasn't said a word about that. However, though, the president knows it's over. They are moving stuff out of the White House. Like this painting that White House advisor Peter Navarro took. I wouldn't want that kept in the White House either. Or what about this stuffed pheasant? I don't know about that pheasant, but those tights are hideous, gal. Don't make me call the Fab Five to come help you out. Work it. Then there's this photo from a C-SPAN video of what looks like to be a bust of President Abraham Lincoln leaving the West Wing. The story of Take Everything That Isn't Nailed Down comes to mind. The staffers did not immediately clarify if the bust belongs to the White House permanent collection or not, or if it was just, or where it was headed. Though the Trumps are moving out of the White House, a day we waited 4 years to happen. Because in 3 days, we will have a new president, Joseph R. Biden. The only person in the White House working with Biden at the moment is Mike Pence. We may hate him, the fly-on-the-head guy, but he knows when it's over, and he knows when to say enough is enough. Pence calls Harris while Trump continues to stew in denial. He will be there to greet Harris on Inauguration Day, and he will personally be at the inauguration with his wife. That is speaking words. Are you listening, Trump? Are you listening here? And what about Trump and his family? Well, they're headed. Hello, Florida. Yeah, so the other seniors down there. Good. They can have him. Maybe they'll name a corrections institution after him in Florida. Trump Correctional Institution. That rings a bell. I like it. Well, we have a great show for you this week. We will return with the Artist of the Week after this. Hey there, folks. This is Rocky Red Panda, your host of This Week Live, P&D Studios, and illustrator at Panda Numeric Designs. Are you looking to get official This Week Live, P&D Studio, and Panda Numeric Design merchandise? That's right. Go to my website at pandaanddesigns.com, click on the shop, which will take you to some sweet, sweet stuff via my online Etsy store. And welcome back. So we're going to jump into a segment that had to scour the internet to find something that was not political to talk about, because there's so much politics going on right now in the news. So we have to do a little segment we call In Other News.
In other news!
So, in other news, Pizza Hut offers free refills on H2O. That's right. So Pizza Hut announced on Facebook bottomless cold water refills starting January the 14th. I think this is quite a joke. I think this is fake, but it's for Pizza Hut. It's absolutely hilarious. I mean, it brings a whole new meaning to "I'm so damn thirsty." Oh, my goodness. But in other news, Tennessee law firm again is offering free divorce for Valentine's Day. That's right. So Tennessee law firm is offering a free divorce for Valentine's Day to one lucky client. States there's a lot of people that stay married just because they can't afford it. Yeah, I kind of get that. Only open though to Tennessee residents. If marriage is grand, a divorce is 10 grand. That's right. It's like getting a new phone. You keep telling people how great it is, and you're trying to convince them to come over. Yeah. So in other news, rare $20 banknote with Del Monte sticker on it topped up to $57,000 in bids. Wow. Just wow. Yeah. So this rare note, that is from a series in 1996, appeared with the little Del Monte logo on it. And a college student sold it online after getting it from the ATM, got $10,000 for it, and then the price only went up from there as it resold. It's very rare indeed. Now, when it comes to banknotes, I think we'll leave that with Alexander Hamilton. But with this rare Del Monte banknote, that's just kind of on a slippery slope. That's bad. We'll leave that with the monkeys. But speaking of monkeys, we gotta talk about a new trend in male fashion. In other news, monkey tail beard trend. You heard it. A monkey tail beard trend. That's right. I'm not going to repeat that. Yes, it's where you have it looks like a monkey tail. I mean, it's the new trend in male grooming. I mean, that's a big nope for me. Nope. That's not going to happen. You're not going to see it in my face. So, with the tail goes like this, so that would make the mouth this hole. Oops, I cursed. Sorry about that. Yeah. It'll make the mouth. So, but that has been in other news. So, we're going to jump right into this week's The Artist of the Week. All right, and this week's Artist of the Week is Ray Karahalis. Karahalis. Ray Karahalis. We'll go with that. I probably butchered it. I do apologize for this week's Artist of the Week for butchering their name, but, all their information will be below. So, Ray Karahalis. So, we'll use Ray. We're going to take a look at Ray's work of art here. So, that is beautiful. I like that. Oh, that's pretty. Huh. This reminds me a little bit of BTS. Yes, my favorite Korean pop band. Oh, and woodwork. So let's go back to this little furry drawing. So, with every artist I feature on the show, I give them a set of questions and I ask them to respond, and then I read off their answers. That's what I'm about to do here. But before we get to those questions, I gotta talk a little bit about how I found out about Ray. I found out about Ray through an online Facebook group that I belong to for artists. And I ran into them because they were advertising $5 emergency works of commissions. So we'll get back to that part here in a moment. So I said, you want to be on the show? And they said, sure. So we got Ray on the show for this week's Artist of the Week. So the questions I usually ask the artists pertain to tell me about your art, what got you into the art, and how do you come up with your unique ideas. What is your style of art, and what sets you apart from Joe Blow down the street who also does art similar to yours? If you can make art with one artist living or dead, who would it be? And if you could give one piece of advice for people wanting to be an artist, what would you tell them? Any links to where we can view and find your art, and are you open for commissions? So, they responded back like so. Mind, I'm using my phone here. So, Ray responds, I've always been doing art my whole life, but I started taking it seriously last year when I realized how weird it was that I could make fursuits, but struggled to make decent art. I can completely sympathize with you there, Ray. Most of my ideas happen to be from dreams. I'm actually starting up a comic based on a dream. We always have those lucid dreams, and all of these ideas come forth. I like that. Especially Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain did that with a lot of his music videos. I don't quite know specifically the name of my style. All I know is that it's lineless, mainly because I just can't visualize where the line work would go. I think what sets me apart from others with a lineless art style is I believe less is more. That shading doesn't have to be predominant or colorful. And behind every background I do, there was a 3D model, a simple one, but nonetheless there. I think in the three-dimensional plane, so 2D art is a little bit more difficult for me. Now that's different. That's unique. Let me put this pen on. That's different. That's unique. I've never seen anyone visualize that way. I mean that's unique. I'll take it. I'll take it. Visualizing 3D instead of 2D. Yeah, I can see that. I'll take that. I would like to make art with Kaju on Instagram. Their art is amazing, and I like to learn their process. So if you're listening out there, Kaju, if you want to appear on this show, just hit me up. We would love to have you. Advice I would give is not to worry about if a piece is perfect or not. And if you don't like how a piece of old art looks, that means you've improved. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed. Be proud of your improvement. Oh, I can tell you that by looking back at my old art, yeah. And they're most active on Instagram. So, yeah, you can follow them at doing.things with 2 S's at the end. And, of course, yes, they are open for commissions. I'll have all the other information located below in the About Me section and, of course, in this video, because there's a lot more links they explain. Now, the reason why I picked this artist is they're going through a little bit of an emergency problem right now. They are open for commissions. Your commissions are $5 or whatever you can scrounge up for a commission from them. They use Wacom or Wacom tablets. That's what my phone uses. And their screen broke, so they're right now raising money to replace their screen on our Wacom tablet, which costs around, let me go back up here. Let's see what they said. I know, $150. So they're raising money, and it's a good way to support your local artists, especially artists in these hard times, because we all need money to survive. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead, let's critique this work. So, what I see here is they basically said their lineless style of art. This would be somewhat, almost like vector. Almost definitely like a vector style of work. But I see plain, simple. I like the use of colors. I like the shape. I can see where they're coming from with the 3D aspect of it. I don't want to use you. We'll use you. The 3D aspect of it. You can see kind of like, you can just imagine a line going straight across there. This is just absolutely beautiful. That's one of my favorites. Oh, come on. So, let's move on. Now this one, I absolutely love this one. This almost looks like a visual from a video game. It can be easily video game worthy because with the, it looks like the rising sun here in the background, and you got the different planes. You got the foreground, you got the middle ground, and then you have the background. I thought this is well executed. Was it Another World? It kind of reminds you of that video game, Another World. Now this is kind of a humanized portrait. I absolutely love it. It's different. You can tell where the 3D effect comes in right here. The mouth, the eyes. It's just simple. Simplicity at its best. Now this one is a lot different than all the other ones. Only because when you look at it, you have the furry, you have the outline, the shadow work, and all of these details. It's just very detail oriented. I like that one. And then lastly, this is one of my favorites. This is looks almost like something from BTS. I just love the colors in the hair, the use of the highlights. Just simple, plain and simple, almost vectorish. And then, of course, their woodwork. It's just out of the box. They do just about everything you can think of. So again, this artist is Ray Karahalis. However you want to pronounce it. I'm going to butcher it no matter how many times I say it. They are open for commissions. All their information will be located down below. So definitely check them out. Especially because right now they're going through an emergency. They need to replace their Wacom screen. So all the help we can try to get to them would be fantastic. So again, check out Ray Karahalis because they are the artist of the week. I'm going to leave the work up here because I'm going to take a look at some more, and we'll be back after this commercial break.
You are watching This Week Live with Rocky Red Panda, only on PND Studios. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Alright you guys, and welcome back. So we're going to jump into Samsung. We're going to talk about Samsung's press conference. I forgot I used the show to talk about. So Samsung around this time every year releases amazing tech. It's CES after all. Well, CES just ended, but they also have what they call their Unpacked events. However, this year, due to COVID, it wasn't live, so it was pre-filmed. So we do have some footage. So they did release what you call a review of their whole little talk they had. So let's take a look at Samsung's 2021 Unpacked.
Hello and welcome to Unpacked.
Galaxy Buds Pro. The most intelligent active noise cancellation. Let's listen.
Galaxy Buds Pro to feature two-way speakers, voice pickup unit, and 3 microphones to maximize call clarity.
Fit more securely for $199 starting January 15th. The Galaxy Find network that powers smart things find. Thanks to UWB and AR Finder, Galaxy Smart Tag Plus will help you locate your belongings.
I am so proud to introduce the Galaxy S21.
A smartphone that makes the everyday epic. A contour-cut design, portraits and selfies, 8K video snap, director's view. One UI 3 brings joy to your everyday. Both models can be yours on January 29th.
You better go, get it.
Introducing Galaxy S21 Ultra.
Gotta have it. You better go, get it.
Our goal is to help everyone take pro-quality photos and videos.
With its upgraded 108-megapixel image sensor, innovative dual zoom combines mid-range 3x optical zoom,
most powerful processor, amazing display, and of course, our incredible pro-grade camera. Phantom Black is our boldest color yet. The first ever S-Series device compatible with the S Pen.
Open collaboration across an open platform is a core principle for us.
An Ultra device on January 29th for $11.99.
Through Android Auto, making it easier than ever to bring the power of your smartphone to your car. Digital car keys unlock a world of possibilities.
It's the best of the Samsung and Google collaboration.
Stay safe out there, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Epic experience.
Favorite things?
Me.
Your life.
Change.
Next level.
All right, so let's kind of break this down into little tidbits of information because there's so much to discuss about Samsung's Unpacked. So the first thing that they talked about, the big thing, well, we're going to talk about the new Samsung Bud Pros. That's the new buds, and it's supposed to be noise cancellation, and you can hear what you want to hear. That's just the logistics of it, so we're going to stick with that. They also released what you call tiles. Yeah, you know those little tiles that you can buy called from the tile company? Samsung has their own version that kind of works with all their products, so you would never lose your Samsung device, even if it doesn't have that technology built into it. How about that? Well, they're trying to be tile. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make a market for themselves. But their big products that they announced was their Samsung Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and the S21 Ultra. So I would talk about the S21 and S21 Plus 5G, but we're going to push them aside because we're going to be talking about the S21 Ultra. I mean, the S21 Ultra is a beast. Just take a look. Look at these specs. 6.8 inch screen, 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor, 108 megapixel wide sensor, 40 megapixel front camera, 5,000 milliamp battery, wireless power share, and S Pen support. That's right, S Pen support. You heard me, guys. Yes, it's going to have S Pen support. Full size S Pen with their little accessory of a case where you can actually stick your S Pen on it. Now that took me by surprise. Of everything they talked about, that took me by surprise. I mean, they talked about color, how black is black. They talked about their camera and how their camera was great. But the S Pen support, because right here, I have my S Pen. This is last year's model. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Yes, boom, plugs right in. And you know, this is last year's model. Now, the one big thing he also changed is right here. You see on this phone, with the Note 20, this is the camera housing. Glass. Now, on the new version of the S21, S21 Plus 5G, and the S21 Ultra, that's going to be a mouthful to say, this is now made out of metal, and it kind of wraps around. I think that is pretty cool. But I'm still wrapping my head around this whole idea of the S Pen support. S Pen support. My God. I mean, I'm still wrapping my head around it. It's just like, hell no. And out of all of this, with this being released, we knew that with the S Pen support, there's rumors that the Note line, like the one I'm holding, will be discontinued or axed. Well, we can tell you that is false, because Samsung did respond to that. It is not true. The Note line will not be discontinued, because this line was built for business, and for business use alone. Whereas the S line was built for fun, play, and functionality. Of course, you got your S Pen built right in to your Note line, whereas the Ultra, you have to get the S Pen, buy it separately, buy the case, put it on the back, boom. Now, should you buy it? Should you upgrade? I mean, sure, but expect to shell out a lot of shekels, a lot of moolah, a lot of money for it, because not only are you just buying the phone, you're also buying the case, and you're buying the pen that will attach to it, which means there's only one case. You can't say get what I usually get. I usually get Urban Armor Gear. So there's not going to be an Urban Armor Gear case with an S Pen attachment. No, not if you get the Ultra. I've also heard it's very heavy. It's bulky. I mean, what do you expect with Samsung? And he also did something else different. Now let me get my box. So this is my Note 20 Ultra box. So when it comes packaged, what they are doing now, you got your little card thing at the top, but when you open this up at the bottom, this is where your charger would have gone. Yes, your charger. Well, the new phones, to be kind of friendly with the environment, they're doing an Apple. Chargers not included. They're saying all chargers from your previous Samsung phones will work with your new ones. I mean, that's pretty cool. But if you lose yours, then you have to cough up some shekels to buy more. Because, let me tell you, that charger I have that came with this phone, it's not cheap alone. But, I mean, the reason why we watch the Samsung's unpackings is for the fun. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I absolutely love it. Who knows what they're going to bring out. And, of course, Samsung and Google are now buddies. And, of course, we got to talk a little bit about Samsung's new operating system, the new the UI3, which is currently on my phone. So this is the UI3. Now, the cool thing about the UI3 that they talked about, I'm going to do it like so. I'm going to move up, click, come on. This. Minimalistic. Minimalistic. That is minimalistic. It's clean. It's clear. It kind of reminds you of what Apple's doing. So it's like if Apple does something, Samsung follows. If Samsung does something new, Apple follows. It's like a rat race here. Yeah, it seriously is. It's like a rat race competing with each other. But again, should you buy the new S21, 21 Plus, both of them are 5G, and the Ultra, which is also 5G? Well, that's completely up to you, because in cell phone terms, last year's model is now somewhat obsolete. But when it comes to 2 years, so if you skip this year and you get the new one next year, that's perfectly okay with you, because by then, your phone will really be obsolete. That's right. It would really be obsolete. So, that's completely up to you, but I expect to pay a lot of money. Now, in my opinion, I was debating. I said, ooh, S Pen support. I might just switch over to an S21 Ultra. But I've been a loyal Note fan for years, and I cannot get away from using a Note. So, part of my business, what I use. And I just can't get away from it, folks. Just can't get away from it. And then, out of all of this, Samsung tosses in a new version of their fitness watch. I don't know much about it, so I can't really tell you much about it. I just saw a video for it as of today. So, it's there. It's out there for you guys. If you want to check it out, check it out. But I want to note that here on P&D Studios, we are Samsung. We support Samsung. I should be an ambassador. We support Apple. I should be an ambassador. I use the Mac. I use the iPad. And we also use UAG. I should be an ambassador for that, because I use UAG on just about everything. How about that? Well, that was Samsung's press conference. So, what about the upcoming phones that are coming up soon? Close all my notes. Well, they're saying come August or September, roughly about the mid-quarter, that's when they're going to have the new Note, the Note 21, and they're going to have the new Z Flip 3, which is supposedly also going to have S Pen support, which I really don't know how I feel about it. I seriously don't. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for now, folks, I want to give a big shout out to all of you fans out there that made this show possible. Give a big shout out to our special artist of the week. Thank you for being on our show. And I do hope that you make your money to raise that funds to get your new Wacom screen replaced. That's right. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name again. I butchered it last time. And again, we want to thank everyone else that's been here for the long haul here at PND Studios and This Week Live. So, until next week, you guys. Next week is our inauguration special. That's right, we got some special inauguration treats for you, including some updates from the inauguration of Joseph R. Biden and Kamala Harris coming this Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But for now, this Rocky Red Panda signing out. I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out.